Hello, welcome to a lesson on how to create a cloud charm or keychain in Onshape. So you can start by logging into your Onshape account, and once you have done that, we are going to create a new document, and I would call it, I'm going to call mine cloud charm, and with my name on it. If you can put your name on it, that would be great too, because I think I'm going to have a lot of files coming my way that need to be 3D printed, and it helps to know whose is whose. So definitely put your name on your file and save it in your classwork folder. If you haven't already, you can create a classwork folder from this create button where we created our document. So we have created a classwork folder. We're creating a document. And here I am looking at a blank canvas. I'm going to start with a sketch on the front plane. And if I click on the view cube here, I can see my sketch from the front perspective, which is helpful. So we are going to use the circle tool to make various circles and ultimately end up with what I hope looks a little bit like a cloud shape. So we're basically creating some circles that are going to overlap with one another. I don't think I like that last one. So you can kind of keep going until you see a shape, until you see it take shape in the way that you want to. And as you consider how big this project gets, I'm hoping something around maybe 3 or 4 inches at most would be good, in terms of something you might want to hang from your backpack or carry in your pocket or put in a bag if you have keys on it. So I'm going to suggest not going too big. I think around this size looks pretty reasonable. So I'm going to get out of the circle tool, and now that I have some circles that are overlapping, I'm going to use the trim tool. The trim tool looks like a pair of scissors. I'm going to use that to just remove some of the interior lines here, and I just want to keep the exterior lines, because that's what makes our cloud look fluffy. Okay. So there we go. We've got this kind of fluffy, amorphous cloud shape. I am happy with it, although maybe while I'm here, I might make one more circle to be the hole that our keyring can go through. So maybe I'll put it over here. Kind of like that. I've been making my holes 1/4 of an inch in diameter, and find your dimension tool. It looks like a line with 2 arrows, one on either side. So that's a good way to kind of move your dimension into a convenient location that doesn't block anything. And now I wanted to find this little bit of space between the hole and the edge of my cloud. I think I need a little, perhaps make it a little bit thicker there. Let me see. Let me get my dimension tool and see, can I define the distance between these two? Looks like it. I'm going to go for something like 0.1, maybe a little bit less, about 0.09. So now we get a little more space. Then, you don't have as much of you have a little more tolerance and strength in that, in a slightly larger space between the hole and the edge. Okay, so now we have a cloud, we have a hole for our key ring, we can accept our sketch, and we're going to, I like to look at things from the isometric perspective, so we can kind of see the depth as it gets added when we extrude. I'm going to click on extrude. We have this blue phrase highlighted here, faces and sketch regions to extrude. So that's kind of a prompt for us. We need to click on what we want to extrude. And notice the body of the sketch is getting some depth, and the hole or the circle that we left is becoming a hole. It's not included, unless we were to click there, it's not included in the area that's getting built out right now, which is what we were hoping for. I'm going to go for a depth of 1/4 inch or 0.25. And if I accept it, I should see a pretty nice sized charm or keychain. Okay. And I'm going to, if you want to add a little bit of text, you can, or even any other kind of extra decorative things here. If you want to add more circles or something, you can. So I'm going to sketch I'm just going to put my name on my charm here. So the size usually doesn't come out quite the way we want it to. I think it depends on, the height of our text box and how many letters we put in. So we can always resize the text. I'm using my dimension tool here, the double arrows again. It's very useful to determine the size of things with the dimension tool. So I'm clicking first on the left side of the text box, it turned orange, and then I'm going to try to get to the right side of the text box, see how it's orange there. I'm going to click here, and I can see that the current size is about 2.5 inches. I'm going to change that to something a little more than half the size, right? So half would be 1.25. I'll try 1.5, let's see. I think that's a good size. It's not really the location that I was hoping for. So let me see, can I perhaps orient it? I know, I'll bring it over to this line. So if I come to what I'm going to call the y-axis, I can set that as kind of an anchor point for my text, and then I'm going to the left side of the text box. I just kind of pull my arrows up so I can see the dimension. I like to line up my dimension lines, and I want to shift my text to the left, so I'm going to make this, how about just 0.1. So now we're a little bit, I think that's a nice spot. So when you're happy with your text, you can accept that sketch as well. Come back to the isometric view. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. And we're going to extrude by clicking on the name or your newest sketch. One option is you can have your text popping out, that obviously not this much, but if you wanted to do something like 0.05, you could see, you could kind of imagine something like that. Or if you set your, I can double click on that extrude if I wanted to change it. I could make it a remove, which means we're getting more a depression rather than something that is coming over the surface. So if I remove a 1/2 inch, I think I have to change the direction here. It's not 1/2 inch, it's 5/100 of an inch. We can see, now this is more of an indent, something etched into our charm. So you can think about what you would like to do, and it's kind of nice to be able to, make a message to someone, put someone's name on what you're making, or personalize it for yourself if you are interested. All right, good luck with the project, and I hope this was helpful. Oh, last thing, once you're happy with your design, please click on this share button, and you can share it with me in Onshape. My initials, does my initials work? No, I thought they might. Okay. You can type in Ayala, and you should see my name, Catherine Halsey Ayala. And I don't have to edit, but I need to at least view so that I can export your file and make it into a file of type STL that we can use on the 3D printer. So make sure to share your project when you're done. Good luck with the project. Let me know if you have questions.